I'm so excited. I really am. It does lend a little bit of spice to the whole tournament. We'll see if they can continue. Cloud9 have been looking fantastic, and maybe they are going to be the team to stop Heroic here today. We're at the quarterfinals, and we are going to get the show live. We're on Nuke to begin with. Heroic starting on the T side, Cloud9 on the CT side.
Yeah, you got to say Cloud9 are the heavy favorites coming into this one, but Heroic have played with their hearts on their sleeve this tournament. They've shown a lot of character. We've got Cadian, speaking of which, on towards our main roof as they get 3 players down towards Secret. Electronic taking first contact, and a lot of pace down towards this lower assault.
There are no CTs down here. This is going to be an instant bomb plant. What a nightmare for a pistol round here if you're on the CT side. There's no kit in play. It's going to be a 10-second defuse, and they're actually delaying this bomb plant quite a bit. I thought they were going to go straight for it. Every single second counts. When that bomb is planted, Cloud9 are going to be moving really, really quickly if they want to get this one.
Well, here we go, and there's no frags found so far. The CT start to flood out of the vents here. It's going to be the first frag for Electronic. Bear in mind, they've got no kick. The bomber's already taken at some pace as well, and they keep finding frag after frag. They've got the man advantage. We need to get close to that bomb.
Good position for dupreeh, but he does get shut down. The retake's working very well at the moment. Now the defuser's on Cadian. He's thinking about it, trying to find a good angle. They open the other door on the other side. 3 seconds left on the bomb. It's still being defused, and it will go all the way. Good round from Cloud9. They stuck to it, and they were quick on their feet.
Absolute perfection, wasn't it? So they allow that plant to come in down towards lower. The retake, 3 players through the vent. That's incredibly difficult to pull off, but they've got the skill to back this one up. And it all started here. Electronic coming out of the vent. He's had a fantastic tournament. Axel showing some rare form as well here in Copenhagen as he manages to fend them off. Defend that defuse coming in, Anders. Of 10 seconds. Like he said, no kit there. Very impressive, but they're not out of the woods just yet. We got the bomb planted there. Heroic will have a chance to bring out AKs instead of Galils across the board. They're focusing more on their heavy artillery. It'll be Zyphon, who's impressed us here at the full finals, and dupreeh with AK-47s. A couple of Deagles in the mix, and twistzz on the Galil. So outside smokes have been deployed early. Slowing things down, though. No one really heading towards that outside area. I think we've got a ramp attack coming on here, Anders.
I guess the MP9 is a good position for Axel, though. Just enough to burst somebody down. You fall back off the ramp again, and you're ready to fight another day. So we'll see if he's going to be able to do that. He does have a HE and a Molotov, so I hope he doesn't try and throw it. It can be very hard to throw that down while you're getting attacked, so presumably he's just going to fall back once he sees them. Yeah, all right. A little bit of a Molotov coming out. I don't think it's going to do too much. Maybe they can't hunt him down immediately, but they get ramp, which is what they wanted. Wow, he's actually sticking around now.
Yeah, I wanted to try and get a nice grenade off before he actually vacates the area. You can see he's playing for his life as well. Feeling he's only got the MP9. Pretty compromised position. The flashbang would have got him fully, so just going to be playing down towards lower, which is absolutely fine. It's an advantage for Heroic for sure. It's prime real estate on the map, but it's not a bomb site. And you see the reactions coming through now. The CT is going to be exploring their outside options and seeing what sort of pressure they're experiencing. It's going to be a lower execution here from Heroic. They've got 1 smoke remaining, and Axel to get past.
Those 2 players out in the yard are going to have to come down the vent really soon. This MP9. Oh, my God. It's a triple for Axel. Bomb is going to be planted, but I can't believe it. He should have been dead, probably with no kills, but at least just the 1 would have been plenty in that position. Nice little shot for dupreeh. He's on his own right here, and getting run down eventually. Axel just absolutely saved the team.
Oh, my days. Heroic hit the deck. A 3-man spray down with the MP9 there. They line up for him beautifully. I can't believe it.
How?
I guess this is showing you how good the MP9 is, Anders. We've been saying it for weeks now. CS2, it might even be better. And an idyllic setup here. Axel couldn't believe his luck. The fact the 3rd player jumps down and kind of blocks his vision as well. It's just perfect. And Electronic coming to close things out with the M4 as well. That's a huge round for them to win. Bear in mind the plant came through. 2 players surviving. I would say maybe partial buy territory. I don't think... I tell a lie, Anders. We're going all in once again. So we're going to have those AKs out once more. Galil in the hands of twistzz. So more of the same here, really. And why not? They managed to at least take 3 CTs out of play in the previous round. Trying to deny that 3-0 start for Cloud9. Bear in mind on their opponent's pick here. First frag for Electronic continues to frag in an unbelievable manner. Boomage might be set up for a freebie on Cadian. Not before Hobbit can grab it, though.
I don't know what Cadian was doing. He was running down the red container with a knife in his hand. That's too much.
Here we go.
This is though, yeah, you're right. It's not really done yet. Cypher with a kill on Boomage. That deagle rings true, and now the bomb, it's going to get planted. Hobbit can't really do anything about it. And another smoke actually extending the width of the one that was already there in main. It's Shush to take down Axel, and somehow Heroic, even after losing 2 players outside, they got the bomb down, and they're in a 2-on-3.
Yeah, it looks like they've actually done enough here. I can't believe I'm saying that, but all of a sudden, the tides of battle turn, and we've just got Shush, who couldn't be further away here. He's going around the world, hoping to deny the defuse, which is going to be 10 seconds as well. He's got to make some noise up the ladder, presumably. Here he comes. Can he deny it? I think he might have done enough here, Anders. Oh, not quite. Such a great idea. Times it to perfection. If he hits the instant headshot, maybe he denies the 3-0 scoreline, but not meant to be. Cloud9 hold on by the skin of their teeth.
That is so close. But again, it's down to just a couple of players alive. They get another bomb planted.
Yep, they'll be buying again.
Keep it going.
Yep, they get even more money now with the loss bonus. They're at 4th stage. There's $2,900, $800 on top of that as well. So they'll have enough for the AKs, Galils, Deagles again. You can see it gets slightly stronger each and every round here. So what have we got to work with? 3 AKs, 2 Galils, picking that pace once again. These rounds are close. All they need to do is win one of these, Anders, and Cloud9 will have nothing in terms of resources going forward. They'll have no loss bonus themselves. Money's down to around $1,000 per player as we send 4 players outside. Looking to cross over towards Secret, but they've been spotted. Gunned down by Hobbit, but not enough damage inflicted. Trying to get 3 players across safely, and they'll have to get past Axel first.
Oh, and they will in a quick fashion there. twistzz with a headshot to bring him down. Boom, it's very compromised position. You get one, but you probably cannot follow it up. There's no escape down there. You're boxed in, actually fish in a barrel there. It's going to be 2 versus 4. And like you pointed out, any round win here for Heroic, and all of the money is going to be gone.
Exactly. So I don't think you can even consider going for this retake, Anders, because you just need something going to the next round. Otherwise, you're full eco territory. And he might even be there now. Zyphon, great positioning towards the lobby. He holds off a retreating Electronic there. Just perfecto to find at this point. He's got the AK-47. Going to try and make his way out of the T roof if possible. But you can see Zyphon actually 1 step ahead at that idea as well. Perfecto doesn't want to kill here. He just wants to survive.
Yeah, he's looking to bring the AK into the next round. Quite a valuable rifle when that's all you've got.
Absolutely. They'll get $1,400 on top of what you can see in the bottom left of your screens right now. So not much to speak of. And it's one of those awkward positions where you have just over 2,000. If you take a full eco, you'll be able to buy in the follow-up round. But you've got to save the AK, right? And $2,400. It's really rough. It's not a great position to be in. They might just take the full eco around the AK-47 and allow this half to develop back in their favor because the finances now have been absolutely ruined. They could force buy around the single rifle. I think it's worth the first tactical timeout at the very least just to discuss their options.
There's quite an attitude that Heroic coming into this quarterfinals with, you know, just planting the bomb, forcing up every single round until they break Cloud9. Like, that's a, you know...
It makes sense, right? As long as you're planting the bomb, it's more than justified. As long as the rounds are close and you're planting that bomb, you're applying that pressure, you're making every round uncomfortable. That's exactly what they did. So this has been some great calling, and finally they've broken through. Broken serve, if you will.
Yeah, and if you're this weird configuration on Heroic, you probably want the game to be pushed into this weird space where Cloud9 feel a lot less comfortable.
Yeah, that's a good point. You want it to be as chaotic as possible. All things considered, this Heroic lineup, bear in mind they're not a team by any stretch of the imagination. This has been put together for the tournament. It's a miracle they've made it this far. 1 game away, Anders, from the Royal Arena. Can you imagine the crowd's reaction tomorrow if he comes out?
You know what? Cadian belongs on a stage as a thing here. He is a bit of an actor himself.
It would be unbelievable.
Some have called him the main character.
Yeah, that's a good point. I think we'd actually blow the roof off.
I probably would.
For now, though, as I said, more than likely going to be the full eco around the saved AK-47. Perfecto, he can still win this round. We've seen a lot of strange and unusual rounds here at this event, I should say, as... Full eco seem to find a lot of success. Oh my goodness, they're lining up for him. A ton of damage, 2 kills found. Takes Dupree down to 48. That should be more than enough to give them a fighting chance here.
That first kill is so much easier for Vector because they're running, right? He's such a good, like his brain is just attuned to the fact that someone's going to be coming around this corner. So lines the crosshair up, they run right into it. Great double kill. Dupree's got the right idea. Was looking away for a second there. You could see he was looking at the radar, but good shot onto Hobbit.
He's baited the sound cue that he's fallen back here. It's actually so sick from dupreeh. Like, he ran off towards the garage, considered there might be a second player trying to scoop up the second rifle, and he was dead right here. Good kill from Electronic, but we'll see if there's anything left to be said. Axel left, and a 2 versus 1, to be fair. It's not impossible. Maybe I'm not giving him enough of a fighting chance here, but dupreeh's down to 5 points of health. They're going back towards upper. And okay, zywoo will shut it down. Lovely shot to find the victory there. Bear in mind, as the eco, they still get 3 kills and a possible 2v1 there for Axel, but it's going to be Heroic starting to gather some momentum now. But we should see an okay buy from Cloud9. Nothing too spectacular. I don't think they have enough for the AWP here, but really nice play from dupreeh. That little sound cue, like I said, is to run off towards the garage and bait out the second player. Super smart. Like, just showing some veterancy there.
5 times major champion.
The only guy that can say that, right?
The only person. It's crazy. 3-2 the scoreline, and they bought in this round. It's no head armor on 3 people. It's 2 MP9s. They do have the fuse kit at the very least, so that's something to work with.
It's a bit rougher than I thought it was going to be. I'm not going to lie to you, and it's not a great start either. Axel offers himself up for free. That's a Heroic special. That's an old classic maneuver of theirs. Take the AWP towards the ramp, find the pick, flood the ramp room, and make your next move. It's going to be at least a rebuttal here from Cloud9. It's not necessarily over.
This might be another round you can't even go for it because, again, you don't really have the kind of cash that would support another buy. 2 M4s, 1 MP9. Do you really want to throw this away in a 4 versus 3? We'll see. They are moving dangerously close.
I think that's it. With that smoke being down, it's not worth it.
Yeah. dupreeh's out hunting already. He's already looking for the people running away from the bomb site. Electronic could have been dead. Might be Hobbit instead. Either way, it looks like dupreeh's position is a powerful one. And he's going to be tying up the game here. We're going to be at 3-3 with Heroic answering back right away. Wow.
Ooh.
Okay, there we go.
Spicy shot there from Shush, the jumping Mac-10. It's just the MP9's trying to survive here. Not going to be working out. We've got an absolute problem there down towards the lower bomb side. 3 players go down with the explosion. I think only 1 rifle survives there for Cloud9. It's not a great round by any stretch of the imagination. Like I said, it's a Heroic classic that sent Cadian towards the ramp. Go for that opening pick. They've got a few ways of approaching that situation, and it is going to be tied up at 3-3. Heroic now with 3 in a row and actually starting to gather some momentum. This should be another eco for Cloud9 here. They saved the Electronic M4. There's not really many gimmicky plays you can do on Nuke, though. You can like boost behind credit card, maybe go on top of the garage roof, behind the air conditioning unit, but we've got quite a fast and snappy approach here as we see Heroic just rushing towards upper. No one here, Anders. Job done. Round over.
Yeah, I mean, this is the kind of round you want to make the call in. You're not going to be running into the Molotovs. You've got a Mac-10 as well to lead the charge, so even if they did stack it, you're not losing that much. So all in all, it's a pretty good calculated round coming
they're
up
going to be boosting up towards heaven as well on the T side, sending dupreeh, letting him off the leash, seeing if they can farm these remaining players, and I don't think you'd be anticipating this particular maneuver. Axel's position suggests he might do that.
No, they know where he is. I think dupreeh already saw him, so either way, I don't think Axel was going to be able to do that much. Bit of a jump down there. CT spawn is where the actual rifle is for Electronic. And yeah, they seem to know about it. Trying to stay hidden back here. They're really running for him. And
no way.
Get the kill. They don't lose a single player. What a round, Henry.
What a call. What a round. What a statement to close it out as well. You rarely see players, especially against pistols and a saved rifle, boosting up towards heaven on the T side of Nuke and hunting down every single player and succeeding as well. Not even suffering a single casualty, Anders. This is beautiful. Like, dupreeh's looking super comfortable. The whole team's looking confident, and they're now in the lead on the T side of Nuke, and it's very early days in the best of 3, but this is looking quite impressive. We finally got a full buy for Cloud9. We'll see if they can answer back.
He's 12-3.
He's owning it.
It's wild, isn't it? What are the players where people, there's a lot of discussion in the community about, like, you know, lack of motivation potentially, where is he going to go in his career now? Like, he's done it all, but he's still pretty hungry to show that he's got a lot more to show. So this tournament has been wild for him in that sense, hasn't it?
Really has. Like, honestly, like, his debut in CS2 with Heroic, like, he's had nothing but good performances.
Yeah.
Like, it's really quite difficult to poke holes in what he's put down so far. As technically a stand-in, he's just filling in for the remainder of 2023, right? And I dare say they might offer him a full-time contract after this because it's been a fantastic showing. And I think there's something there. He's not done yet. Electronic is, though. Speaking of Dupree, he actually gets the kill through the smoke. Another opener here for the Danes. Hobbit to deal with next contact, but he's completely smoked off here.
That was... I'd be interested in a replay about that, because I don't know what Electronic was doing. I don't think they spotted him, but then he moved out when the grenade got, blown open, and then he just kind of kept moving. I feel like he could have just stuck in the corner from the get-go. Here we go. Oh. Axile. That is a really good spray. Double kill. He's been good on the multi so far. Out in the yard. Test. This is a little bit labored, but he gets the job done against Hobbit anyway. Boomich and Perfecto left here. And there's still about 30 seconds left on the clock. So it's not risk-free for Heroic to slow it down like this. It's getting a bit close, but they want to see if they can get a mistake out of Cloud9 here.
They don't really have much time to be too tricky with this one, though, Anders. 15 seconds. Boomich, the boss, down towards lower here. He can save the day. He can deny this plant. Oh, he's gone gun-ho. And unfortunately, doesn't work out for him. Went for the wild swing out of the double doors. Trying to deny it. Was an ambitious maneuver. Didn't really work out, I'm afraid. It's Perfecto left in a pretty much impossible scenario.
It's a really, really comfortable round, in spite of the fact that the clock is really low. That's why you can panic, especially when you don't have, a full real team.
Thankfully, they had that smoke, right? If they didn't have the smoke to, ironically, put down the Astralis plant, there would have been a lot of trouble there. Like, Boomich was there to deny it. He got saved by the smoke at that stage. Like, Boomich, to be fair to him, he kind of had to make that swing. He was being pressured from Secret, and of course, a chance to win the round if he just got one kill and denied the plant, but didn't happen. And Heroic continued his really impressive streak here. On the T side of Nuke, that's now 5 rounds in a row. They are officially on fire. Yeah, what was Electronic up to? Just standing in the corner.
Yeah, I mean...
Was he like lining up a flash or something?
I think he was just trying not to die.
Because he ran into the garage a couple of times there, but he was crouched, looking into a wall with his knife out. And he wasn't blind by the looks of things there. That is super odd.
Not what you want to see necessarily.
We'll give him the benefit of the doubt. I only just saw the replay, but it didn't look usual, I'll be honest. Let's get into another round of play. We've got Cloud9 with the maximum loss bonus, but that's not quite enough on the CT side to keep you going necessarily. Oof, Tess has taken a lot of damage on Root, but he has safely made it down the vents here. We've got a half buy for Cloud9. CZs, MP9s, a Perfecto M4. Tessa's in position. That's going to make the CTs uncomfortable. They're going to have to consider a rotation. Electronic's been sent down to deal with it. And he's actually succeeded. Finds Tessas, who was low HP, bear in mind.
Yeah, he was already softened up, so really important frag there. And he'll pick up the AK. See if we can do a little bit more damage. I do like the idea from Tessas. Like, once he gets a drop, he opens the door on the small side of the bomb side, and then he runs up to wait to see if anyone's going to react on the other side. So he kind of had the right idea. He was trying to bait them into that exact peak, but just wasn't really ready for it. 55 seconds here, and could be another A attack from the looks of it. Boomich moving around quite a bit. Siphon's right on the other side, and Boomich did get the dig, but missed the kill opportunity. Electronic back in action. Gets the one there, and they're going to keep it going. This is looking great. Hobbit with the final shot with the pistol. And finally, after losing 5 in a row, it's Cloud9 back on the board.
Yeah, I didn't think they had it in them. They were starting to spiral here, but yeah, it goes 5-4 after giving up 5 in a row. A pretty decent upper hold there, all things considered. They haven't had a proper full buy in a while, but it all started here, bear in mind. Tess did make his way down the vent safely, but Electronic was hot on his case. Managed to flush him out and then recover a rifle as well. And at that point, crunching the lobby just before they entered the upper bomb side there was a really nice call. And there's been some strong CT sides even Cloud9 this tournament, so we're expecting them to pick things up. They haven't really had a full buy yet, and they've had lots of MP9s and rifles with compromised utility. Now we've actually got a full setup here. It's actually Hobbit on the AWP. Bear in mind they don't have an AWPer at this tournament. I think we saw the stats before. Like Boomich calls himself the main AWPer, but he's had 11 frags all tournament long with the AWP. So they've been mixing things up. It's not just one player.
Yeah, it's been a bit of a meme, but still they're playing pretty well even without it. Oh, there's an entry, but Axel again. Another multi-spray down. His 8th and 9th kill there, taking down Tessis and Dupree. So that's a trade you'll take. 4 versus 3. The timing It's where a lot of T sides will throw Molotovs to that position to avoid that exact problem, but obviously they want to take over that part of the map, so, you know, they maybe don't want to run for their own Molotov.
Well, yeah, they wanted to pounce on that, right? The smokes are down. You know there's a limited window before you could get naded in terms of blowing the smokes open or just sprayed down in general, so there's a few approaches there to consider, but that's a nice shot from Hobbit. Brings things back to a 4 versus 2. We've got 45 seconds on the clock as well, but this round is far from done. Shush has managed to find a gap here. It all comes down to the timing, and he's timed it well. He finds the first headshot in towards the in-game leader of Boomage. Now the swing, an awkward one, but Perfecto has brought it back to an even keel, and maybe even the advantage for Heroic as they look to answer back.
Hobbit is still sneaking in behind. He did it last time with a 5-7, and he actually got the double kill on that one. He has still got the AWP, but he wants to use the pistol instead. Shush might be just a bullet away from death here, looking for it. Easy shot down. And now some trouble. Playing a game here, Axal, and coming out on the short end. 1 versus 1. Nade around the corner, not going to do anything. A flashbang to set it up. It's Hobbit hunting them with the pistol. And coming up with a clutch that's unbelievable.
That's very nice from Hobbit there. Had the AWP, not known to be a sniper necessarily, and goes to the 5-7 for the close range encounters there. Floods his opponents out at the bomb site, and that was Heroic actually getting back into that round. That was looking impossible for the Manders. That was a 4 versus 2. Shush, like we said, managing to find that space in towards upper. Zyphon gets the equalizing frag, but Hobbit shuts them all down, comes out on top in the 1 versus 1, touches the bomb, baits him out, and it will be tying things up for Cloud9 here, 5-5.
I think Zyphon is laughing, saying to himself, stop peeking.
Yeah,
that's what it sounded like. Hard when you're under pressure. Obviously, way less experienced at a high level than the rest of the squad.
He seems to have a lot of respect from his teammates, though. Everyone's been saying how amazing his aim is and the talent he's got, so one to look out for the future, for sure. Here comes the first cross. We've already lost Zyphon en route, unfortunately. Cadian gets tagged as well, but he has got that AWP. They're down towards Secret, but the CTs are on high alert, Anders. We've got 2 players down here, Axel and Electronic, the deadly duo, ready and waiting here to mow them down in towards that lower bomb site. That's an interesting flash. Lands like the aircon unit above, so it doesn't flash the players below. That's awesome.
Yeah, a couple of different maps where you can do that in. Ooh, Tessa's trying to get another opening, but it's going to fail. And Electronic is right on the other side as a backup, a bit of an insurance plan there if anything goes wrong. They did almost win the 4-on-2 last time, so you don't want to catch them out. Nice shot, but Electronic swift to reply. 2 versus 4 again here. Dupree and Shush left. They got about 50 seconds.
Well, it's another 4-on-2. Shush, alive. He's had a phenomenal tournament. From an individual perspective, he keeps hitting shots like that each and every time. His lurk potential has been really, really tremendous, to be honest with you. 30 seconds remaining, though. They need to work together here. A trade wouldn't really do. They need another clean frag if possible. That smoke makes things incredibly complicated at this stage. 20 seconds. Flashbangs going through. Dupree, tip of the spear, trying to get that bomb planted if possible. The Hobbit there. If he gets 1 kill, that's going to shut it all down. He gets the dink. Will this be enough?
Well, it's a bit awkward, isn't it? 8 seconds left. The bomb is being planted. They actually have a really good crack at this one. Dupree, he's got the right idea. The jump around, he knows that they're back there, but Perfecto, through the smoke, he gets him. I thought Dupree was going to come out on top of that one. Very unlikely the Shush could do anything here. They're going to double up. He's in the corner. There's one, but he can't find the second headshot. It's Electronic instead with a triple kill and a bit of a victory there in the 1 versus 1 towards the end of it.
Oh my days. Well, Cloud9, after giving up 5 rounds in a row, are back to their winning ways. We've got ourselves a couple of rounds here as they will take the lead once again. And Electronic managing to find that kill on Cadian. That's obviously very important. They tried to enter that lower bomb side, crossing over towards Secret. So took so much damage on Rue. It's a 4 versus 2. Heroic at least make the round close. It comes down to 1 versus 1. Hobbit's not happy about that. I guess because he went down before they could cross over towards the bomb site. But we're going to have a tactical timeout here. If you're just joining us, this is the quarterfinals. Here at the full finals, actually, in Copenhagen. We begin the semis tomorrow, and that's where the illustrious Royal Arena opens up, Anders. Why don't you tell us about that? Why is the Royal Arena so special?
It's, I mean, the best way to describe it is you have to be here to experience it. Like, inside, it's such a crazy atmosphere. Like, every time we get here, I'm floored. Like, you step out onto it, you see all the fans out there. It's so wild. it's not just the arena capacity. It's hard to explain, but some arenas are just built differently.
Yeah,
the acoustics inside the arena, like it's so packed in there.
It's vast, right? When you walk in the room, that's one feeling you get. You're overwhelmed by the scale of it.
Honestly, also like it's one of the few arenas now in Counter-Strike where we have like recurring history. We have like it means something now to be on the stage in Royal Arena. Like it actually means something now.
Well, it would mean a hell of a lot for Heroic to be the only Danish team there in representation. They're actually doing a very admirable job right now against a world-class team in the form of Cloud9. They're fighting for a slot in the Royal Arena, and they've actually got a chance of tying things up, going 6-6 on the T side of Nuke. Nothing to be sneezed at. That's actually a pretty decent scoreline, to be honest with you. It's a scrappy last round in terms of the buy. They've got a UMP on the T side. You don't see many of those, let me tell you. We've got twistzz on the Galil. Bare bones utility at the very best. 1 minute on the clock. I think it's just going to have to be like a smoke main, flash out, hope for the best sort of approach here. Yeah, and I think that's what's going to be happening.
Keep it simple.
Cadian's maybe going to smoke towards heaven or something from the roof.
Oh, but there is another lobby adventure coming in. This time it's Boomich. This has actually worked out really well so far for Cloud9, but Boomich does get, kind of caught in the middle of it. Still, that's uncomfortable if you're trying to execute into the A-bomb side. You're like, oh, they spotted us deep in the lobby. We'll see if they're going to follow through with it anyway. Looks like they are reconsidering. Not that they have a lot of time left to really do anything with here. 30 seconds. Oh my god, he's down to 9 health behind that and still just trying to run away. The UMP hunting him down. He's surely dead. It's going to be twistzz to pick up that one. And a return instantly from Perfecto. 15 seconds on the clock and Electronic goes down. Here's an opening. Bomb's going to be planted. They might actually be able to get this round. Perfecto. Very low. Hobbit trying to retake with the AWP. He's been favoring the pistol whenever this has been the case. He's just pulled that out and has started to make a run for it. Yeah, they're going to be like, all right, you low health, you pick it up.
We'll see what can be done here, Anders. I don't think there's enough here on the retake. It looks like Heroic should be able to find the 6th round here. Tie things up. 3 versus 2, the bomb ticking at some pace right now. Desperate attempts here from the AWP. Perfecto actually hits one. It's a glorious shot, but it's not going to be quite enough there. After going down 3-0, Heroic give us a fantastic showing, finishing the first half of Nuke 6-6.
I never thought I would see you in a wetsuit, fam.
No, nice suit, man.
You too.
Ah.
I think this one will tell us what we're doing.
Have a nice day again. See you later.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Oh.
Okay.
Dear players, last and final challenge will happen right here at the beautiful Danish coastline of Zealand.
You think it's that way?
I think it's out there, yeah. This time we will have to leave solid ground and venture into the sea. Whoever picks and collects the chicken the fastest and have the fastest lap while being on a paddleboard wins. Good luck.
Have you tried this before?
Yes.
Oh, rip. Who's taking time? He started now, no? It's looking good, Peter. It's looking good. Keep going left. Yeah, keep going left. Peter, go more left, more left. Shut up. He doesn't want to speak to me. Get the chicken, it's drowning. Get the chicken. Chicken. Chicken, chicken. What's happening, Peter? Talk to me.
I can't get it off.
It's fine. Just tell me how you're doing it after.
Hey.
It's over 4 minutes now. You have chicken in your mouth? 7 minutes past now. Save the chicken. 17 minutes and 40 seconds.
So I made it in 3 minutes, Finn. Now it's your turn to go and collect your chicken. Do you think you can do better than me?
No?
No?
No.
Well, you better get moving.
Okay, I'll stop now.
I hope you're not gonna go into the water.
I will, for sure.
Oi! Yeah, Finn! This is what they call SDP. That stands for sit down battle. Up og stå, Finn! Get up, stand up, Finn! It's called stand-up paddle for a reason. Now you need to get the chicken fit. Chicken! Okay, I think he's doing worse than me. What are you doing?
I don't know what I'm doing.
Just grab the damn thing so you can hold on to it. Yeah! Let's go fit. You look like a pro.
Time!
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Cloud9 versus Heroic here in the quarterfinals in Copenhagen. It's been a great game so far, Anders, and Heroic are keeping their head above water. Actually, a pretty decent scoreline, all things considered. They go 6-6, boasting 50% of the rounds in their T-side campaign. That's pretty impressive after you lose the pistol.
Yeah, and you know what, to be honest as well, some credit to Cloud9 for kind of adjusting to the pressure that Heroic were bringing, because they were just so hot out the gate, right? Forcing up every round, winning 5 in a row, collapsing the Cloud9 economy, and then still they kind of, you know, they managed to get it back with Axile and Electronic playing really well in that first half. Boomich obviously struggling a little bit, he's 1-12. But on the other side, it's been Dupree's doing almost all of the work. Yeah, it's a bit rough for who cares? We'll give
no one cares. He's the boss still.
Yeah, he is the boss. He'll be back. It's going to be fine. But now, second half is coming up. It's still the first map in this quarterfinal. It's Electronic with an opening. Strong headshot to begin with. And they get rid of Cypher up on the higher ground. Dupree, he's got the kill, but they don't know that he's there. They have no idea. Right down below. What a sneaky play from him. And he's going to fall back down. This is huge.
Well done to Dupree. Holds his nerve there. Confirms the frag, but it's still a 2 versus 2. Boomich gets the second. And we've got some full damage taken by both CTs here, but they've got the bomb under their remit. Minute on the clock here, trying to find a more advantageous position. Try and take some territory on the map towards the lobby, perhaps. And going to find Perfecto en route as well, so that's a great kill. Boomich, if he can deliver an amazing clutch here, Anders, all be forgiven for that first half performance, and that's a good start. First headshot is absolutely his. Has the information as to where the second resides, and he's got the bomb.
The timing was so good in that first engagement. Now he's back up on the box. He knows where he is.
Oh my God.
Has some time. He's playing this one real tricky. In terms of the aim, you'd have to give it a shush, but Boomich.
Where's he off to?
Tricky character. He's playing mind games.
Oh, it could actually work.
Trying to rattle shush. If this works, he is an absolute genius, isn't he? 19 seconds.
He's going to have to make noise when he drops there. Like, I guess he goes silent down the ladder, then he's going to have to start running soon. Like, 10 seconds on the clock. He might get the plan out of this one.
Oh, out in the open! Oh! And he does get it! Boomich with the triple kill. He had 1 in the entire first half, and he just saved Cloud9.
Unbelievable scenes, Anders. Like we said, he's the boss, and he delivers when he's needed most there. 3 versus 1. He boasts a single frag in the first half, and he comes in with a roaring success in the second. All is forgiven here, and as Dupree, it looked like he secured the round there, gets the bomb down towards upper, takes down Electronic as well, but then Boomich, 32 points of health. Easy does it, very calm, very controlled, doesn't even need the bomb down, Anders. He's got nothing but headshots. Oh, that's glorious, and once again, we're going to have to see the Force Spies back in response from Heroic. They kept up a lot of pressure in that first half. We'll see if they can do it once again.
A little bit of a spray down from Boomich with a Mac 10 on twistzz. Also, if you notice, there is a bit of a veto coming up for the show match. You guys,
I didn't even know there was a show match, Anders. That's exciting.
Always a show match, Henry.
All right.
One of the specialties, really. So yeah, get your vetoes in right now over blast.tv if you haven't done it already.
We had some very special guests last time, if I remember.
Yes, that's true. We have a Danish football player.
That's right.
Nicholas Bentner was there.
Exactly.
Yeah, there's always something in store. Always something special happening. 4 versus 5 on this one, as they have lost twistzz. The MP9s, the Deagles.
Yeah, but still, there's a chance the CTs can do something with this. This particular maneuver, Zypin's got all the information he needs, converts the kill. It's labored, but it gets the job done. But the problem is we've got 3 players down towards lower, and there is no one from the Danish side here to deal with it. So it's a Astralis plan. And Heroic might just consider saving their weapons, especially now. Zypin gets dropped here. In terms of the kits, you'd imagine they don't have one. Their chances of winning this now getting incredibly limited, as Axel will find what's presumably the last kill of the round. Shush and Dupree will just have to save here.
Yeah, I think Dupree just saying, I'm gonna take the fight to them. They might not be expecting this. They do nearly line up, but he's actually
Oh,
good for a
dear.
couple there. That's interesting. If he can stick around and steal the AK, that would obviously be huge. That's the Khalil.
They could buy again, Anders. There is a chance. Like, that's what they did in the first half. It would be completely throwing the book out the window in terms of what you should be doing in terms of the financial decisions, but it worked in the first half. They're looking to have these surprise and annoying sort of plays. Dupree gets himself an extra $600 twice there, so $1,200 total. So he's got enough to even drop an M4 with that Khalil.
Yeah.
So
and they lost Hobbit at the end to the bomb. So there's
okay,
only one
yeah,
person
exactly
surviving
right.
on Cloud9.
I think they'll probably force buy again. Very rare would I say that on a CT side like this sort of scoreline. There's no reason to buy, but I would kind of like it in this scenario. With those 2 kills from Dupree, the extra injection of cash, another rifle, I think at the very least have a timeout. Let's discuss it. And yeah, they're doing it. Okay.
How
so this
exciting.
is against the grain. That this is not what you'd expect. But I really like the call. So well played. This is an interesting move from Heroic.
And they're not a real team, right? They know they have to come up with something a little bit wacky to make this one work. I'm actually really excited.
Yeah.
We'll see if it's going to pay off or not. It obviously comes with all the risks that you guys already know about what happens if you... The CT
Got to take some risks today.
You have to. It's the quarterfinals, and Boomich taking the risks. He's running for the smokes, and he does love it. Taking out Shush to begin with. Perfecto hiding in the corner here. This is going to be a really quick round. You may be short with the deal, but the rest of these rifles are suddenly really valuable. So yeah, if you get a couple of deal headshots here, it could be interesting, but otherwise, save what you have.
As long as you save the rifles, like, no harm, no foul, really.
Yeah.
Like, it's the same result as going forward and buying up in the next round, as long as everyone survives. So that's a key bit of information there. But Cloud9 handling this one well. It was an interesting idea from Heroic. Obviously, gambled a bit more in the positioning, tried to focus towards outside in the ramp. No one really towards upper. They lose one single frag. And that was all you could really do. You might as well hold on to it. You're not going to defuse with the lack of utility. And it will be Cloud9 finding further success here in this second half. 2-0 now, but bear in mind, money actually not too bad.
He's going to try and lure them back in. If they don't know whether... All right, fair enough. I thought if he was quick enough, because you can do that now on Nuke, right? If they think you might have a defuse kit, then you drop down. They all come running back in to try and stop you, and you were never going to win the round, but they just all blow up.
I'm sure they were a little bit scared at that point, just for the prospect of the defuse kits. I think there might have been time if he got straight on the bomb, but didn't have it, and... play will continue, of course, with Cloud9 with 3 players surviving there. Nice shot from Zyphon, though. Did cost him his life, but as mentioned, the money should be absolutely fine with now 3 players surviving on those rifles. Loss bonus starting to accumulate, and we get into round number 16. The scoreline is 9-6. For those of you listening at home, not everyone can tune in and watch, Anders.
That's true. I do get messages on people saying, oh, I'm just listening in the kitchen, I'm just doing something else. But here we go. A quick round to start with. Axel on the opening, and he will keep it going. My God, he's been playing well today. We've been asking the question over and over again, where's the Axel that we know and love? And he's showed up in the quarterfinals just when they need him. 15 kills on him right now, and it's a 3 versus 3. The bomb stuck in a bit of an awkward position. It feels like, yeah, they're going to jump to try and pick it up there. Back over again. That's dangerous.
Yeah, this round is not over by any stretch of the imagination. There is a retake possible here for the Great Danes. Oh, it's a stifling smoke, though. Like, it's really difficult to try and push through that one. Good response here. We saw Heroic boosting up towards Heaven in that first half, and Cloud9 can do exactly that as well. But Boomich, he might have missed the timing there. The chance the CTs will find him here. Good recovery, then the smoke down towards main. I don't think there's much more they can do here. This is a great half from Cloud9. It all stems off that 1v3 victory from Boomich and the pistol landers. So, yeah, he didn't get many kills in that first half, but he laid the foundations here for this great run in the second.
Yeah, he's a true leader in that sense. Like, he shows up when he's needed, you know, when the team really requires it. The rest of the time, he let them do the work. That was almost a huge slip-up from Boomich, though. It looked like Zyphon was going to just die trying to come up the ladder to begin with, but Boomich looking away nearly could have given up the round. But it's all in the past now. Good work from Axel in getting that opening. Yeah, that's how the bomb dropped, all right.
Yeah, even with a few fortunate kills through the smokes there, still lost control of upper completely, smoked out for the retake, just didn't have the utility or the kit really to justify giving it a go. They've been locked out of the second half. You can see that reflected with the amount of timeouts used as the final one burns here from Heroic. This fairy tale run.
They're in a weird spot now. They're definitely not in a good position here on the Heroic side of things. But maybe they can come up with something.
Yeah, the thing is, because on the CT side, they might be close to maximum loss bonus here, but generally speaking, You need a bit more than that to keep things going, but they are saving weapons at least, Anders, right?
Yeah.
So they've got a Cadian AWP, he sacrifices the helmet, but they've got a pretty decent buy, all things considered, but it's Cloud9 now touching distance and closing out this map. It's the pick of Heroic as well. 10-6, 4 for Cadian, 4-11 for him so far. Not been the best showing. We'll see if he can start picking things up.
Yeah, I think that's probably worth pointing out. You know, not necessarily the most exciting first half for him with that AWP. Didn't have it necessarily that much, and then even when he did, I think he got out-orbed by Hobbit a couple of times even. So, I want to see more of that in the second half here. No smoke for the cross just yet. They did throw one for Mini, but a missed shot there for Cadian. That's not what you wanted. Boomich will take him down. That's unacceptable.
Yeah, it's actually kind of rough, and Electronic will really punish the swing from main as well. Preemptive spray through the smoke will find twistzz, dupreeh alone into that upper bomb side. 2 players down on lower for Heroic as well. Looks like they're about to pincer in towards A as well, so dupreeh is going to be in a lot of trouble here. He's sitting behind one of the vents, actually just behind the silo itself. He'll smoke off towards main, Zyphon in towards that vent. There's still a fighting chance. It's a powerful smoke, Anders, and they've actually got the rotations towards upper now as well, so they're in the right position. But Axel, he'll find the first. We've just got dupreeh here. He's doing God's work, but he's got to reload. He'll be swarmed, and it will be 11-6. That's going to be Cloud9 now, the ones who are on fire, 5 rounds in a row.
Yeah, really sick comeback from Cloud9. You've got to appreciate it. It's a bit unfortunate that that battle in the 4 versus 3 starts with one of the Heroic members going down from the high ground.
Yeah.
If anyone from the CT side was looking at heaven there, it could have been different.
There's just so much going on, right? Like, you're already in a very compromised scenario. You've got almost zero information. You're trying to rotate 2 players up, dupreeh cowering in a corner. He actually ended up getting 2 kills there. It was almost enough, but at this sort of scoreline and then being on the CT side, as I mentioned, now they've got another pretty difficult buy here. Famouses, M4s, no kits, and 1 kit, actually. I tell a lie, but concessions across the board here. We'll see whether they can hold on. It's dupreeh's actually having a bit of a banger performance here.
He really is.
21 kills.
That's
12
right, everyone. No one's close to him.
Electronics was 16. Axel was a 16 as well. To be fair, Axel has 5 and 2 in opening duels as well, so he's smashing the front door open each and every time.
Yeah.
He's had a great tournament in general, but dupreeh stealing the show in terms of frag total.
That miss from Cadian, I had to bring it up because
that was a massive miss.
We do all love Cadian, but the problem is that's the sort of, you have to hit that, right? You get out-sniped by an AK.
Especially, like you said, there was no smokes there, and he just had 2 clean opportunities to connect, and you'd expect a player of that caliber to take it, and yeah, down he goes. Burned to a crisp by Hobbit. Another opening frag here. All the way down to 37 points of health. Boomich down to 0. twistzz will find him from that secret room, and they're going to pounce down towards lower. This is where Zyphon will really be tested. Can he keep up? Can he find multiple frags? You better believe it. There's the hat trick, showing us that unbelievable skill in buckets and spades here. He will hold on. He will defend lower, and Perfecto remains in a 4 versus 1. He
flashed twistzz as well. That is funny, but the aim, nothing to be laughed about here. Zyphon with a godlike performance. I think Roger on one of the first stages did call him an aim kid, which is a funny description, but that's, you see it right there. That was mechanical.
That was very nice. Nothing like super flashy in terms of like, oh, nothing but headshots or one taps, but in terms of his positioning, staying calm and making sure that he couldn't be taken down. And just enjoyed this again. It's like, look at that. So calm.
Boom, boom, boom.
Really precise. Just hitting like the chest as well, going for that torso area, just making sure he's doing high damage, hitting his shots, nice movement. And yeah, they needed it. It goes without saying. That would have been map points in favor of Cloud9 if he couldn't defend the lower, but he certainly could. High pacing behind this one once again. It's going to be Cadian with the opening frag this time. Finds Electronic. Axel answering back. Beautiful double spray down with the AK-47 from the garage. It's Heroic with the man advantage for now, but Hobbit and Perfecto maybe have a little bit of space here. We've got Perfecto out towards the T-vent. Hobbit with the bomb on his back. And maybe they just have to group up here. Hope for the best. Let's get a little as well for Perfecto. So money's not amazing. If Heroic can convert this advantage, they're right back in this one, Anders.
Yeah, this is their chance to do it. It really is. They've got the double setup here as well. Zyphon's going to get the 1 on the trade.
No.
Nice work from Perfecto. Look at him dancing on that corner. Just made him a very, very hard hit. In fact, he didn't get hit at all.
Yeah.
Now it's a 1 versus 1 with a struggling Cadian on the Heroic side.
It's a really good point. It's the biggest round of the game so far. It's a 1v1. There's a chance for us to catch our breaths here. Just understand the ramifications. You're right, 50 seconds here. If Cadian can win this round, it completely ruptures the finances of Cloud9. Their chances to the Royal Arena are still alive and well. They lose this map, Anders, their pick. I don't think they hold on against Cloud9 and Inferno. Kind of has to be this round. This might decide the entire series right here, right now. If you can win this game, they still have a fighting chance.
It's Cadian losing his nerve first. He wants to go. He's feeling nervous. He's feeling the pressure of probably a little bit of a poor performance and the fact that they're behind. He's moving into mini. Now, it could be a genius position to be in. Perfecto might walk right in front of him and just die immediately here. The timing is everything. He's got the bomb out, walking straight in there, and he's fallen down.
Oh,
what? No!
He doesn't know. He actually went down at the worst possible time.
Oh,
so
dear.
he couldn't tell.
He still doesn't know.
He still thinks it's lower. And
Now
yeah,
we know.
now it's coming through. And now he's heard him for that incendiary down towards lower. He's had to make all these steps. And he won't hear him in the vents. And I guess there's still a chance that Perfecto misses the shot here. There it is. Okay. I hated his positioning there. But we'll see if he can still clutch out this round.
Kid picked up from Cadian in transit. He has to just go for it right now. Hunt him down. Oh, a Molotov as well.
Cadian wins.
He just wins. He can't run through it. Cadian going for the full-on defuse. And that will be the round.
Yeah,
I
Perfecto.
can't believe he comes out on top.
He absolutely fumbles that. Like, what was he hoping for? Like, you got the worst of both odds there. You give up your position. You can't kill him with that sliver gap. You just get the information he's coming through main, which you already know.
Yeah.
Like, why not give yourself some sick angle, like a deep clear, and a chance to play it? But I don't even know what he was going for. Like, an unbelievable one-tap. The best he could hope for is if he gets the intel as to where he is, he also spots you, and then hunts you down. He's got the incendiary after dinking you, can just fully defuse. Like, terribly played, I'm afraid. Like, well done to Cadian. Like, stood no chance, really. Shouldn't have had any business winning that. But Perfecto's given it up. In a poorly played 1v1, we do have Heroic back on their feet here.
Yeah, but you mentioned it already, the money for Cloud9. Now, they forced up into this round behind the bomb plant, but my God, that could be the round that changes the entire map.
I think so. And that's kind of insane how he doesn't win that round. He couldn't have had more going in his favor with Cadian down towards bloody lower Anders. Anyway, we'll go back in towards this next round here, round 20. Electronic does actually bring back equalizing frag. 4 on 4, do 3 towards that CT Ven. Lots of players around him. The smoke providing a shroud for now. Shush spotted. Still willing to challenge.
And Exile willing to fight. That's interesting. At a distance with a Mac 10. Perfecto gets the drop down. So only the bomb on Hobbit. That's a bit awkward when the bomb is kind of left up here and the rest of the team is down below. A lot of ways that can backfire. Smoke is up, and we'll see if they can create enough for distraction down here. Looks like they're going to be punching out the windows. That's going to be heard, obviously, from the CT side. They're going to know what's up, but I'm still worried about that bomb being here. 35 seconds now. Hobbit might be worried to see if he can get down the vent cleanly. They're really close by right now. If they take a little peek in towards Squeak here, they might just find it, but he's safe. He's made his way down. All right.
This is big from Electronic. They're trying to use that dropped vent sound cue as bait. And oh my God, they're getting a bit more than that. Beautiful shot from Hobbit. He'll go down eventually. It's Zyphon with a double kill.
10 seconds.
Electronic, yeah, 10 seconds and about 10 HP as well. I don't think he stands a chance here. It will be Zyphon to have another spectacular round down towards that lower bomb site. Good stuff from Heroic. They keep
the triple for him.
Yeah, they keep their chances of nuke alive. No plan this time as well, Anders. That was already a compromised buy from Cloud9. So that was all Galil's Mac 10s and AKs. I think at best they're like half by maybe Eco as we get forward into the following rounds here. So does that 1v1 for Perfecto come back to haunt them? Well, it's starting to look a little bit uncomfortable out there.
They're calling it a machine.
The yelling's beginning, Anders.
Yeah, they're calling Zyphon a machine, I believe. So he's almost up to Dupree. What a performance.
Oh my God.
Oh, the Molotov is down. The spray is all. It's Zyphon with the triple. Making a quad. Looking for the ace. The pistol is out. And he's got it.
Oh, what a showing he's having here. Putting himself in the shop window, showing how talented this young Dane is. Sure, it's against a half buy, but they've rushed the ramp and he's got all 5 kills, and it doesn't look like it's bothered him in the slightest here. He's had so many big moments on the CT side of Noob so far. Another one for the scrapbook here, as it's a beautiful ace, to be fair, Anders. He plays it so well. That's all his utility. He's done all that damage before they come through. He deserves the ace. As Heroic now will find double digits.
Zyphon the machine.
Zyphon the machine. He looks like he's really enjoying himself as well. What a great opportunity.
Yeah, that's something that I think you mentioned when we saw them a couple of weeks ago for the first time with this kind of a lineup. We said, there's no pressure here. Like,
absolutely not.
It's such a
If you can just turn up and do your job, and certainly is, and he's got 25 bloody kills. Like, he's absolutely going to town on Cloud9 here. And he's not just finding exit frags or kind of low-impact kills. Like, he's defending one of the most difficult positions in CS, like towards ramp, defending a whole rush, getting the ace, defending the little bomb site by himself. And dupreeh looking to tie things up here, 11-11, and Hobbit's making a wish, hoping he can find a few more headshots here, but it's not happening. 4-on-2. They've got AKs in hand, Perfecto and Axel looking to piece things together if possible. What in God's name is that? We get a double kill, and one of which is through the smoke with a wallbang.
That's so sick. Axel waiting for the smoke, peeking right before it goes there. But Cadian was on the other side doing the exact same thing. twistzz is trying to save him, reloading in the middle of it, and Axel will take him down. 1 versus 1. Axel at a significant health disadvantage here. And even worse still, there's only about 35 seconds left, and shush, he should win this every single time. He's in an off angle, great position, he's got the health for it. Axel has to land a clean headshot for this to work out. It has to be an instant flick to even get close to this one. He's got his back turned as well. 20 seconds, and it's shush. The precision was just too much to overcome.
That's how you play a 1v1. Shush put on a bit of a masterclass there, holds his nerve, good positioning. No chance of being flushed out. Unpredictable spot as well. And that is going to be Heroic tying things up here. It all started with dupreeh and the MP9 mowing them down there towards the secret area. They had a massive man advantage. You'd thought they'd hold on to it, but Axel had other ideas. He finds 3 glorious frags to bring it down to the 1v1.
No bomb plant.
It's the veteran of Shush, though, managing to outmaneuver him, read the situation well, and no bomb plant indeed as we take the first tactical timeout from Cloud9 here.
Wow. Okay.
11-11, we're tying things up. The CTs are fighting back, and once again, Anders, it was a 5 in a row to open this half up for Cloud9. Guess what's happened in response? 5 in a row from the Danes, and we're going the distance here. All 24 rounds will be played.
What a difference a round makes, Henry.
Yeah, and it all comes down to that 1v1 where they had the craziest advantage I've ever seen in the clutch. Like, he's gone down the wrong bomb site. He's already thrown a smoke. He's told you he's down and lower. Yeah, all you have to do is play the bomb. Or at least just give yourself a fighting chance of having a 1v1. That was crazy. That really was one of the moments that defined the outcome of this particular map and maybe the series.
Oh, without a doubt. Really, Cadian? Really? We're knifing people in the field.
Hey, I haven't seen it work yet in CS2, but I have seen it work in the past.
It's a quarterfinals.
Yeah.
To try and qualify to play in front of the home crowd on the biggest stage in Denmark. And
yeah, I like it.
And you're performing horribly. You've got 6 kills in the entire game. Like, is it really the time to do it? I question it out there somewhere. Config's probably giving him a smile, but that's too much for me.
Well, it's Cloud9 that have made their way down towards Secret in quite an efficient manner. You can see twistzz on high alert. He's not quite sure as to what sort of manpower they've got down there. They've got Cadian to defend. Good incendiary. Buy some time, some rotations here if required, and he will have a player join him down towards lower. That's going to be dupreeh.
twistzz has been very active in looking for this out here. He's really maneuvering around the map. Going to smoke Squeak once again. And well, himself gets smoked up, so now he's just in a bit of a weird pocket there. 35 seconds. That Molotov really slowed them down. They're only now recommitting to a bit of a jump. dupreeh's calling it out. He knows that they're coming. Pre-fire from Cadian doesn't really hit it. Hobbit! The cracking opening. Cadian trying to spray them down. It's an amazing double kill. That might have actually brought them back into the round. They might have lost it instantly otherwise. They know that Siphon's down there, and he has been a fraud on this map. They're going to find twistzz upstairs instead.
What?
Vector waiting the whole time, and Cloud9, they've solved the puzzle. They're there.
Yeah, it's a really great call. That's a boomage special right there. He's alive and well. The bomb on his back. They've got a couple of kills down towards lower. They've traded very effectively. There's less than 20 seconds on the clock there. And you've got the audacity to get in the vents and go towards upper because they had a player ready in towards the squeaky doors. Patrolling those rotations. He's calling the numbers there and they've rotated through the ramp handers. Yeah. So at that point, he knows you can safely make your way up. They've killed a player. And at that stage, it's all over. Heroic can't even justify going for this one. Now they'll be feeling the kind of conversation we had in the first half. They'll only get $1,400 into the next round. So they have no choice but to save these 2 rifles to make sure they have a pretty compelling buy going forward. It's how quickly the economy can change hands here. Cadian, great effort with the double kill, Anders, but wasn't quite enough. This was the moment when Perfecto finds his backstab kill towards the squeaky door. that's when the round's over. They fly out the vents, get that bomb planted. Heroic no choice but to save.
And that position for Perfecto is so sick whether they go A or B, right? Because if they'd gone B, Perfecto would have been to try and stop testz from rotating anyway. So no matter which way you pull it, that squeak door position is just so sick when you're going in that direction. 12-11 the scoreline, and we are heading into the 24th round, the last of the map, unless we get some overtime. We'll see if Heroic can bring it that way. Cadian back with the AWP. It hasn't really been that impressive for him, but all you need is one good round. All you need is one good round, as Boomich showed earlier. twistzz with a killer, running for the flame. Shush, easy pickup. He's good for the double, and they've been slowed down. This smells like overtime. Or it did. What's going on? Hobbit and Perfecto, they swing it back, and suddenly it's a 2 versus 2. What just happened?
It looked like they were dead in the water. Overtime was locked in, but then a flurry of frags are delivered by Cloud9. They've got plenty of time to work with here. A chance to reposition, recover, and they still have pretty decent HP as well. It's Cadian. We know he's towards the ramp. He's got the AWP to Zyphon. He's played years above his experience level. So far on this map, he's looked fantastic. 26 kills to his name. We would love to take them to overtime here. Can he deliver once again? Molotov towards upper, suggesting they'll be planting on this side of the map, and it's Cadian. Loves these sort of scenarios. He'll enter the bomb side first with the AWP towards the hut.
Just needs one good kill here. Hobbit at the back. He does spot it out. That's Zyphon with the rifle. A little bit of a duel there. Dancing in the back line. A bomb swiftly ticking in front. Zyphon's the one with the kit. That's worth pointing out. Cadian is slipping in. He's so close. Scoped up. Oh, but he misses the chance. Hobbit will take him down. And now it's on Zyphon. A young player. 1 versus 2. Grenade right in his forehead, and he's in the crossfire. Hobbit will take him down, and Cloud9 will take the map.
It was a great map, Anders. Back and forth we review. Inferno is looking likely for a 2-0 here. Heroic had their chances to make this interesting, very competitive, very exciting, but I think they had to win and convert that lead they had on Nuke.
They got so tantalizingly close.
Oh, yes.
But that won't cut it. Now we're on the second map here. Still the quarterfinals. Cloud9 versus Heroic. It's going to be Heroic starting on the CT side of Inferno. Cloud9 on the T side. And I'm ready to be persuaded for someone else, but I do feel like Cloud9 should come into this with a bit of a lead.
Hey, as you said, I think the statement will stand that they've got nothing to lose.
Yes.
There's no pressure here. Like, there's turn up, play some aggressive, unpredictable counter-strike, get stuck in. Players like Zyphon have had great showings so far, but unfortunately he goes down first at the hands of Electronic, who's been an absolute beast here in Copenhagen. Cadian to defend now, had a quiet performance on Nuke. He does pull a frag back and sets up twistzz for the mowdown here. They might not suspect his position.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like they know. Good headshot, but my God, Hobbit's been on point here. Good shot on that one. Bomb being attempted in the back line now, and Cadian just jiggling for another headshot. They are dropping a little bit low on that CT side, and the bomb does get planted successfully. Yeah, we'll see. Smoke on Shush. Don't know if there's a kit anywhere, but at the moment, it's going to be hard to find, you have to imagine. And look at this. All the T's just watching that entrance. They've got all the Glocks pointing in that direction. Here comes the swing. They don't wait for the CT response. They just go for it. Smoke's up at the bomb, but it doesn't even matter at all. It's going to be the round for Cloud9.
Yeah, nothing Dupree can do with this one, I'm afraid. It was looking rather competitive for a few seconds there with Cadian pulling a frag back. But unfortunately, as time ticked away, that 3 versus 3 they had, the triple swinging towards CT spawn. Dupree at least gets a frag out of it, gets himself an extra $300, but a nice B finish there from Cloud9. It was Zyphon that went down with nothing there. Not the greatest setup. You see the flashbang behind him? Like, that was a little bit late. He needed that sooner. Of course, it comes down to the minutiae sometimes, but that's essentially what happened there. Didn't have his backup on the corner. The flashbang was a little bit too late, and he was thrown to the wolves. Cloud9 with the pistol.
And they had the advanced warning because there was that boost on the half wall, so they definitely knew that there was someone coming. They just, like you said, missed the timing maybe by a second or two. Now they forced up in this round.
I don't mind it. Like, it's kind of against the grain, I suppose, but more and more teams are showing us a second round CT force fight to mixed results, admittedly. But here comes Hobbit and Perfecto mowing them down towards the bottom of the middle. This hasn't worked out too well. We do see a tag of the scout though towards Axar. It's 35 points of health. Good lord. Drive-by from Electronic as he says bye-bye to Shush. We have got one player remaining. That is going to be poor Arcadian. And he'll be on the other side of the map, Anders. Round over. 2-0.
Yeah, and this is an interesting round where they really are trying to be very aggressive, playing a little bit outside of the norm maybe. And Cloud9 basically answering back and saying, we're super ready for it. We're not going to be thrown off guard. Like, Hobbit was down there. Perfecto was ready. that's encouraging too, right? Because, yeah, if this team, they're going to be facing Vitality, I believe, in the semifinals if they can go through.
That's right.
So we want to see them ready. We want to see Cloud9 play at a high level because we know Vitality are going to be good.
I know that the romance is all within us. We'd like to see Cadian and the boys make it to the Royal Arena, but from a Counter-Strike perspective, you want to see like an actual team in there, right? Yeah, that would make more sense. It would be super exciting. Don't get me wrong. I'm here for it. I would love it if they made it through, but if you're thinking about which team you'd rather see go through, if you just kind of throw out the context of us being in Copenhagen and it being so iconic, you'd like to see Cloud9 and see how they could evolve because, as you mentioned, this heroic team is not even a mixed team. It's just like a placeholder until they work their roster out, right? Like a couple of stand-ins, Dupree, technically a stand-in as well. But Cadian is certainly his last dance. It'd be amazing to see him have one more opportunity in the Royal Arena, but after losing that first map, chances not looking too great here on Inferno. They go down 2-0. Every single player got dropped, so it's have those USPs to work with, maybe a flashbang or two. Top end of this sort of round is finding like 2 or 3 kills. Like, there is always a chance you can win it, don't get me wrong, but it's so rare. We'll see if Cloud9 can keep it clean. They've got themselves rifles across the board, so can't really let with the MAC-10s, for example, because going to have to treat this like a gun round. Anything can and will happen, so you just want to make sure you get that territory first, bait out any potential utility on the CT side. Once you've got key areas of the map, we're talking like mid-control, then you make your next move. And you can see it's actually a 5-man stack from Heroic, top and middle. So if they do just walk in towards B, it's all over Red Rover. But Axel,
well, they are rotating over on the other side, so, you know, at least they have a bit of an idea of what's coming. Once the smoke out of it's going to matter a lot, even if they're all right there towards the church. I don't think it's going to make a really big difference here. Deep smoke towards the other side, so flashbang, I believe, to try and see if they can punch their way through, but they're getting greeted by all the Galils on the other side, and they know where Cadian is coming from. Coming out here from Cloud9, so yeah, I mean, like, good read, I guess, from Heroic to sort of get there, but they just didn't have the weapons.
Anders didn't really have much to speak of, and we do find the 3-0 here for Cloud9. It's looking quite good. You could possibly ask for. Like, you fended off the force by admirably in the second round. It's a 3-0 by virtue of the full eco at number 3. And now you're up against the first real gun round here, Anders. You've built up a ton of cash. You've got a load of resources on the T side. Like Boomich has almost $7,000 still with the Galil. But we've got the Cadian AWP. Got no helmet. And that is a missed smoke on the CT side. Is it impressive how they got it up there again? Try and do it again next round. So that's supposed to go top of T steps, which is a very meta smoke right now, but slightly misthrown. Bear in mind, this is a mixed team. I don't expect too much, but yeah, that smoke won't help them out too well. As we get into, I think, an apps pop. This is a really nice strat to call, and there's one of these bonus round scenarios.
Oh my god, and they get the timing down with Shush's grenade in his hand. Cadian misses a shot. They're not going to have many more chances here. Dupree gets one back, but that's a hard choice to make right now. There's so many grenades. There's 3 smokes left on the T side. They can plant the bomb and smoke off this library forever.
Oh, it's lucky they got a trade there towards the outside. Cadian had to find one there and have a pretty big miss by his standards. And now is this retake possible? Like you said, there's a lot of utility on the T side here. They're going to try and boost a bit of smoke. This isn't too bad, actually. Nice work from Zyphon. Actually gives them the man advantage, but the bomb's ticking at some pace. They're going to go for this for sure.
I feel like that's the kind of kill that lures you back into a little bit of a line up there. Electronic only good for the one. Axel and Hobbit left down in the pit. No one's running onto the bomb. There's no kit in play. They have to be so quick with it. Hobbit, I think that kill might be plenty enough. Cadian's been playing far back this whole time. They never had a kit picked up at all, so even when they make it a 4 versus 3, they're still in a lot of trouble there. Hobbit, yeah,
the guy still
close to the bomb.
Oh, okay.
God.
So that's down to 3 HP there for Hobbit.
Believe it.
That's actually pretty beautiful. Unfortunately, you're right, Anders. I think they're just like kind of desperate for a round. They had the man advantage there, and I think you're right. That one kill they got with the boost, it has tempted them a little bit too much. Like, it was still possible. Classic. It wasn't like an impossible round. I think they just realized, like, this is firing now. We probably have to give this a shot. We saw a couple of misses there from Cadian. If he hits one of them, maybe it's a different round. But with no kits, it doesn't fall in their favor. It's going to be 4-0. Maximum loss bonus on the heroic side. They'll partially buy up into Round number 5 here with the AWP available for Cadian, and they'll hold with more of a stance towards B this time. 3 players there protecting the VIP with the sniper rifle.
It really is a classic scenario. You get that kill a little bit early in the bomb time, and you're like, maybe we should go for it. And
yeah.
You throw it all away. Again, I think if they'd had a defuse kit, I would have been.
I mean, you've got
more encouraged.
You've got to roll the dice a few times in this sort of matchup, right? Unfortunately, they got snake eyes at that time. Oh no, shush! Seemed like he was almost caught napping there a little bit. Didn't really react in time. Could have been coming or looking at the radar maybe. But so the shot doesn't quite connect, and that's going to be round, and so they'll just have to save. Bear in mind though, Anders, Heroic were 8-0 down against Astralis. And guess how many rounds they won after that? It was 13 in a row. So
yeah,
I mean,
like
this is actually fine by their standards. This is okay.
Yeah, they're still well within
I got 13 in a row. Like, it was bizarre. Like, I was kind of like semi-napping while watching that game. Like, I was in the hotel, and it's like, it's 8-0. It's like, well, this is obviously over.
Yeah.
Like, there's nothing more to be said. But they did it again. They threw another huge lead. I think, well, against Complexity, they lost a 12-2 lead, and then against Heroic, they lost an 8-0 lead. Pretty remarkable stuff. And Cadian, speak over the action here, trying to hold on to the AWP. I don't think they'll be saving anything here. They'd have to hit a bit of a banger, close things out, and Perfecto. He's going to beat him to the punch, I'm afraid. And yeah, he knows that's significant. Losing the AWP, they're starting to spiral here. It's official.
And that's an AWP you've been trying to save for a while, right? You had very little impact because you're trying to save the AWP a lot, and then it just, you can't do it anyway.
He still has enough for one, like considering like he saved it. And they've got the maximum loss bonus. I don't think he'd have invested too much. Maybe he dropped pistols there, I'm not sure, but time will tell. We've got a timeout regardless. And we'll have a look at what they can bring to the table. It's getting rougher there. So yeah, I think with the 5-0, he'll still have over $6,000. So the AWP's not going to be the issue going forward. It's a scoreline, really. They'll have a buy, but they need to start working out what the play is going to be because the aggression doesn't seem to be working. They're not winning out in the duels so far. They're not having a superstar performance from Cadian. Like, he didn't really show up on Nuke whatsoever. I think he got about 6 kills.
Yeah.
So without anyone really going above and beyond, like Shush is 0-5 right now. Gonna have to lean back on the fundamentals and maybe just operate with some strong banana control, sending this get 3 players and take full control each and every round and try and just dictate the pace of the game itself. Hopefully this T-step smoke will land this time. That would be a good start.
Yeah, just put a little bit of pressure on.
Yeah, so it's the half mid-smoke this time, which allows you to pick down towards second middle. So yeah, they're changing things up. Cadian go for these opening frags. It's quite a nice little maneuver here. He does hit the shot, doesn't quite get the kill. And here's some solid banana control as well. So it's actually looking promising now from Heroic. They've got the advantage here in this round.
Well, it's about time that they show us something. Siphon and Shush with 1 and 0 kills. I guess Axel on the other side with 0, but he's got 1 death. So he hasn't really been needed yet.
Yeah, I guess you can't really poke too many holes in that. When you have 5 and 0, and you've died once. You've been there, you've been part of the action. I can tell you he's got himself 1 assist as well.
All right, there we go.
Keep that in mind.
The mix. Really, really far back on the A-bomb side, which can be okay. Could also be a risk. Could be hard to know when to really adjust and rotate anything almost until it's too late. So, yeah, if you get the kill, you slow them down. Maybe it's fine. You can call in the people from the B-bomb side, but if you get smoked off and run down, it's a bit different. Oh, that gun barrel's showing.
Here we go.
Probably not nearly as sneaky as he thought he was.
No, apparently not. But the pressure continues to be applied here on the arch side. Smoke down towards the library itself. Cadian now repositioning, trying to take a shot towards the arch side. He pulls the trigger now. He's got a kill. Narrowly misses out here. Going for the no-scopes. 5 versus 4, and twistzz residing within the smoke as well behind the library.
See what they could do. They're crunching it. Double setup inside of the A-bomb side. Rotation's already happening, and twistzz good push coming through. He knew he had to do that, and Axel's going to be dead in the corner, no doubt about it. That was, I mean, there is a way in which that could work out, but I guess they missed their timing a little bit there, Cloud9.
Well, there we have it. Cloud9 feeling the pressure early on there. I think that's more like it. I think they need to be applying that pressure early on in the rounds, baiting out the utility, taking some damage off them. And so we saw the Cadian pick down towards second middle. It's a little bit discombobulating. It means it's going to ruffle their feathers somewhat. Then they lock them out of the utility. Really nice maneuver here from twistzz. Just finds the exact timing to push the smoke Anders, and actually finds himself 3 beautiful kills working in tandem with Shush as well. It's their first, many more required, but that's quite promising as we see Cloud9 finally tested. We go 5-1 here in the first half here of the second map. This is the pick of Cloud9. Couldn't be better for them, but there were plenty of 5-round streaks on either side of the coin on Nuke, to be fair. So Heroic can still bring this one right back and still win the half.
Yeah, that's what they presumably are trying to keep in mind as well. Just don't let the panic set in. With the kind of veterancy on Heroic, you have to assume that someone's going to be mentioning that fact in the middle of the chaos. Attempted banana control, but they're still fighting for it. Siphon's a little bit further back. Doesn't have a flashbang, so he's got a Molotov to throw down, but he can't set up twistzz for any really cool swings here. And maybe that's the reason why they're starting to fall back. They realize, you know, we don't really have the grenade support to keep this going.
It's going to be a full B execution here, Anders. They've got banana control, a minute on the clock, all the grenades. They could also, it's actually kind of bare minimum. They don't have the Molotovs to flush many players out. They've got 1. So they'll be smoking off the usual positions. Actually been more of a pop flash setup here. Heroic have got the remedy. A nice little setup towards CT spawn. They've done very well. I think they push this smoke. The flashbang's going through. Feeling the heat from the Molotov, though, will allow the bomb to be planted. Still a fighting chance here as Perfecto sits behind the smoke right now as Heroic establish their retake setup.
I know 2 of the players on A-bomb side are only now rotating in. They're quite far away. This can actually be an incredibly spicy round. Diffuse kits are in play, but that Molotov from Dupree, that's going to be key. Could they throw it into a good position here? They're starting to wrap around from the back. There's the Molotov forces. Boom, it's right into it. That's the beginning they wanted. Hobbit, though, up on the high ground, gets the spray down. He falls back into the arms of Shush, and it's just Axal out here, but that bomb is very nearly ticked. It's so close. If he gets the 1 kill there, he might have been able to win the round after all. Listen, it's so unbelievably close, but it's Heroic to pick up the round.
Yeah, enjoyed that one. That's a bit of classic Counter-Strike action there. A kind of equal situation, a bomb plan that's possible for the CTs. They do a very good job with their timings. Like you said, the incendiary, was pivotal in that retake, flushing out the player behind the new boxes and then establishing themselves some control. Trade out every single kill, get the defuse going. A 3 versus 1, just have to find Axal. And you can see what it means to the boys here. It's time to feel it now. 5-2, that's a big round to win. They're whistling away. Of Cloud9 here, the money is low. Khalil's, Tech 9s, few AKs in the mix, and Shush. Proactivity here, he pushes towards the apartments, gets that first kill, no problem. Not going to get the double though. Nice idea, and like we said, Anders, just applying that pressure. Making these rounds a little bit weird and chaotic each and every time, so you can't just run your default, you can't run your executions.
Not necessarily. Going to be a little bit of a cool down in this round, but I mean, it's what the death said. I think Pimp was talking about it, saying, you know, yeah, play aggressive. Like, don't go the conservative route here. Try and make them uncomfortable. And in some of these later rounds, they're doing it.
You're kind of sabotaging their protocols, right? They can't go and get the apartments. They can't go get banana and fall back and have 5 players to go get mid control. It means they're going to have to play on the fly and adapt. But to be honest, so it's Cloud9. They'll certainly be capable. And it's another pop flash setup here towards the apartments. Molotoving towards the pit. Flashbang comes out. A leap of faith into the pit itself, and it's Cadian. He's had to hit the flick. He does connect here, going for the second. The follow-up doesn't actually find the frag, but Dupree slipped the net here.
He's right behind them. Good shot onto Perfecto. This is a little bit chaotic now. Back there, he doesn't even want to use the pistol. Axel gets the headshot on him instead. And Dupree now running back, making a lot of noise here. 3 versus 3. The bomb is going to get planted at the very least here for Cloud9. What an absolutely chaotic round so far. And Axel, he's actually just walked it past. He's in a great position right now. Hobbit down in the pit, shooting Dupree in the side of the head. And Siphon back here. Yeah, he's praying. He's hoping to catch somebody through. But I think Heroic got out of luck in this one. They're running out of time. And Hobbit is hitting some great shots.
Yeah, you're right. Really calm and controlled there from Cloud9 in the post-plant scenario, who gave nothing away. Heroic just couldn't find any sort of point of access, Anders. They were denied any sort of picks, and they were hoping there'd be some trade potential and an opportunity to get a double spray down, but wasn't happening. Even with the excellent backstab there from Dupree, you'd think that might be enough, but very well handled in the 3 versus 3 from Cloud9 as they go up 6-2 here on their T-side campaign. That's how it all started. Bear in mind, like it's actually been like great calls from Heroic. They're ruffling the feathers at the start, and but just good calls from Boomich and Co. Like just keeping it simple. Once they know they've got a 4-on-4, it's technically a T-side advantage. Just 3 players out the apartments, knowing that the CTs are reacting elsewhere on the map, and they met little to no resistance. And they managed to close out the 3-on-3.
We've seen some games out of Hobbit so far that haven't been that impressive.
Oh, he's actually had a pretty low rating this tournament, like 0.81, I think, throughout the whole tournament. So not his best.
Definitely not his best. But now, I mean, if he can come alive here at the quarterfinal and start to really ramp it up, that's going to be huge. Electronic with the opening. Tesses, he can't stop them with the MP9.
So you can see that now they're throwing the kitchen sink at him.
Yeah.
They're trying to come up with ideas on the fly here. What can we do to keep this chaotic? It's been the operative word of this half.
They're rotating everyone.
Exactly, right? So they're just rolling the dice now, Anders. Like they're essentially at the roulette table, just hoping for the best. Let's send 3 players down towards B. Let's see if we can get that control of the SMGs. Maybe we catch a couple. Unfortunately, they lose the advantage once again. It's going to be a 4 versus 3, and as you mentioned, more gambling here. A stack in towards B. Cloud9 have 4 players alive and just waiting for those reactions to come through. But there's still a chance that Heroic can win this round. Don't get me wrong.
It does look very, like they're just flying by the seat of their pants. Like,
absolutely.
What are we doing? Like they're rotating some people back, but not based on any information, just sort of an internal clock timing here. He's saying,
Shush is so sick right now. He's actually having a phenomenal tournament. He could actually do something with this. I actually don't mind the position. Okay, well, apparently not. But you're right. He looks pretty sharp. That's not bad. That is probably going to be the round in itself. Going to have to save here as we go 7-2. That's rough.
He was solo on
I thought he had a chance.
He should have. I mean, he's solo on Health Hobbit, right? So any extended fight there, it's Shush at least getting the first one. But Hobbit just absolutely blowing it wide open. And look at who's out hunting. It's Electronic, who's been the man of the team for a while here for Cloud9. It's been really fun. That's been the main headline. Is the real return of Electronic to the high level. Going to be fighting Cadian out of the open. Will take him down.
Huge scalp to take, Anders. We all know that's the AWP out of play. And with a couple of rounds going in their favor, bear in mind the loss bonus will still be intact. It just won't be fully established. It's saving 1 rifle on top of the quite compromised resources they've already got in reserve. They might be in a bit of trouble here, as we'll see Cloud9 posting their 7th round. A couple more to be played, I'm afraid, as Heroic will have, on average, what? $4,000 per player, and it's going to be more of the same, like Hail Mary calls. Like, let's try and just push down banana. Like I said, like it's not a bad call. It's not like it's incorrectly played. They just don't have the tactical depth of a world-class team to answer back and have the setups required here to fend off a team like Cloud9. It's really quite understandable.
It is. I mean, and again, they got really, really close on Nuke, right? And we even said it during Nuke. That was the map that they needed to win because Inferno was probably going to be very, very difficult. And you know what? It went all 24 rounds on that map. So I'm not necessarily too disappointed. But yeah, this is a really, really rough position to be in if you're Heroic here.
If they get 7-5, it's still a pretty questionable half. I don't think they're going to win it, but we'll see whether they can have a bit of a comeback here. The P90, I've been told by a few pros, it's going to be meta sooner rather than later, as we see the bombardment of bullets come through from Boomich. He doesn't care if he's on your team or not. He'll take you down.
Get out the way.
Get out the way, bitch.
Exactly. Yeah. See him on the highway. You just,
We are going to have a 3 versus 3. And for now, Electronic low. Yeah, get rid of that P90. I reckon this one could fall apart.
Why has Boomich got so much Riz?
It's too much.
It's too much. It is too
much for one man to handle.
Oh, well, under a minute now.
They're going to walk all the way through apartments and go for another, pounce.
Dupree's going to be so shocked. He's going to be like, why?
Oh, God, yeah, that's so wild. I thought he was in the apartment. No, he's actually in second middle. Oh, God, no one's ever died there on the CT side. And then it's going to rush in towards A. Oh, no one's rotating yet. There we go.
Yeah, they know he's the linchpin for the entire A side of the map.
Late. Yeah, you're right. With that sort of positioning, of course he is. No one else is going to be there. That's a really good point.
Oh, my God. Well, that's... I'd love to see Dupree's reaction, because that's one of those things where you're like...
He must have shit himself. I'm not going to lie. You don't expect to die from T-Bridge when you're deep in second middle like that. That is perplexing that Cloud9 have made that call. Boomich is alive, so he's called, go back for 2 steps, through the apps. We're going to go through bridge to the actual CT apartments himself and find Dupree with his back turned. He couldn't have called a better round in that scenario. In terms of the 3-on-3 they were in, It couldn't have been a better call.
That's what he's here for, right? Like, he is here for, like, the you know, sometimes the wacky Mac 10 plays and all the rest of it, but also for the leadership. And that it's so far, I mean, this team looks so revised. It
Well,
looks
like I
a
said,
brand new team.
What a difference an in-game leader makes.
Yeah.
Like, after a year of this little experiment for Electronic, it's just like he comes out and quotes himself, like saying, oh yeah, I'm not actually very good at in-game leading. It's
You know
just like, bloody hell, like, shouldn't you have said that at the time? Like, you know what I mean?
But I've got so much respect for his willingness to say that, because that is one of those things.
Fair enough. Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, because so often people just don't want to admit anything like that, right? You just say like, oh, well, I wasn't, you know, I didn't have the resources.
It's not my fault, it was because of this.
Yeah, exactly. Like, nobody ever wants to own up to anything, right? So I kind of respect it.
Yeah, that's fair enough. I'll give you that.
And even, what I respect even more is the fact that he is able, after like going through all of that, to then come back as a rifler and just slot right back in where he left off. Like, I'm just here taking over. Like, how sick is that? Because that could have been the other problem for Electronic, is he could have come back and he could have said, wow, the game that I used to play doesn't even exist anymore. Like, the meta's moved so far away. I'm not an in-game leader. I'm just a rifler, and I feel a little bit out of my element, but it doesn't seem to be the case at the moment.
Certainly not, Anders. Certainly not. Electronic is actually in the top 3 performers of the tournament so far. He's up there with Zywoo and Spinks. So yeah, he has looked really
He's gonna be
good.
playing
like,
those guys soon.
Night and day, yeah, good point. Night and day to the majority of 2023, to be honest with you. Where sure, no one's saying he's a bad player, just kind of lost the X factor, you know.
Yes. Yeah, he did. I mean, and that Navi team obviously collapsing slowly. I would say everyone, like Simple and Bit both, like that was the trio that was so deadly, but it kind of fell apart, unfortunately. So I think everyone took a hit in that mix. We'll see. Round number 11 is here. Cadian is back with the AWP, but there's nobody really. I mean, twistzz, you're right, he's the one to look for. 10 kills on him, but everyone else, it's just a little bit too middle of the road right now.
Yeah, and they are running out of time, space, and an opportunity to get in that Royal Arena is looking very, very unlikely. They're already a map down. They're on the pick of Cloud9 here, and they're kind of specialists on this map. There's a reason they choose it so often. A lot of other teams are trying to avoid Inferno, it seems, in CS2 for whatever reason. But we've got a beautiful shot from Electronic. Sends a shockwave down the spine of Zyphon there. And dupreeh looking to hold on. It's a pretty difficult spot. Maybe he can find the planter, though. There's the double kill, keeping the dream alive here for the Danes. 3 versus 2, and he'll find his hat-trick here. Needs to get a reload in, drops to smoke. Still 40 seconds remaining. But it's dupreeh putting up a hell of a defense so far. Finally, he's taken down.
Perfecto, though. Look at the movement inside of the smoke, jumping up in the box to find the double kill. Now, he should still lose this to Cadian, but again, it hasn't really been the best quarterfinals so far, although the pistol's out this time. He doesn't try and go for it with the AWP. That's probably good news. So it's going to be another round right at the end here for Heroic.
That's a great round from dupreeh. You love to see that.
Yeah.
More of that, please. He's also had a great tournament. Like, I think in terms of him getting this opportunity, like, it's the perfect sort of placing for him, right? Like, we're not sure what his future holds, but the fact he's in Heroic, he's representing Denmark, essentially, and kind of revitalizing this project, doing it for the boys and standing in for the rest of the year, showing he can still be a top-level pro, play on LAN, and we're seeing so many clutches, so many great decisions from him. He, like, has solid performances every single map, and it's not just one-off performances. He's been doing it for the last few weeks and looking fantastic. So, shout out to dupreeh. That's a world-class round to hold the A-bomb site, the final round of this first half. And money is pretty compromised on the CT side, even after winning the previous round. You see 2 FAMASs out for Zyphon and Shush here.
Yeah, I mean, it's really worth highlighting, right? It doesn't look like retirement home dupreeh. It looks like dupreeh who can have an actual impact even at any top-level team right now. That's so crazy to think about. But obviously, really encouraging if you've been following his career for a long time.
I think you've got to realize that you can't just rely on your legacy anymore. There's too many amazing youngsters coming into the game, up-and-comers in the academy teams, and with the resources they've got and the kind of experience they have around them, they're going to be nipping at your heels quickly. Yes. And you need to be playing with that sort of hunger they've got. And dupreeh seems to be providing that level of dedication.
He's rediscovered it somehow, yeah. It must be very, very difficult, but admirable, no question about it. They can get another round, Henry. There's still another round left in the half here.
Definitely get another round. It's going to be a difficult one with the FAMASs out, but people are saying the FAMAS had a bit of a buff in CS2. We'll see if Zyphon seems to think so. He hasn't had the best half so far, Anders, but he's 2-9, flashed in, but a player has slipped the proverbial net. Zyphon goes down, which closes out a pretty disappointing half for him. 5-on-4 here, and that's a missed shot from Boomich.
Good read from KD, and he kind of knew that someone might have been up. He's moving forward, and he catches Electronic. Spins around, ready for Axal, but gets the headshot instead. That's a little bit unfortunate. 2 versus 3. That looked like KD was in the rhythm there, like he had the right idea. Perfecto back here. Don't really need to be fighting this. You can if you want to, I guess. Dupree goes down, but also you can just wait and rely on that double church position. It's a 9-3 at the end of it. Cloud9, they are loving life at the moment. It's a really strong first half. We'll see if it's going to be enough for them to close it out and get to the semifinals.
Hello guys, this is Dupree's tier list. I've never actually done a tier list in my life, so this is gonna be the first. That's also kind of interesting. I'm a big fan of Nuke, so I'm actually gonna put that up there. Yeah. And Nuke for me is just like it's always been a good map for me, and it's been a map that I've always enjoyed playing with my teams. I actually also really like Anubis. I think the reason why I like Anubis is like it's super simple. I don't know, I'm just like a big fan when it comes to like ancient Egypt, so I don't know, the theme is just really cool. I don't know why. Just how I think. I'm gonna go with Vertigo on A. I think Vertigo is pretty cool. I know a lot of people doesn't like it because it's kind of weird, especially in the new version. But I don't know, the same thing is kind of simple. I like simple maps. Overpass goes on the B1. Can be very nice. Can be very hectic to play on both sides. Mirage goes definitely on C. I really think Mirage is like a super annoying and really not one of my favorite ones. I think it's a puck map that I've never really enjoyed playing, so it goes on that one. And then of course I put Ancient on as D1 because I think it just absolutely sucks. And then I have Inferno. It goes D as well because it sucks in CS2. So the teams for this one, in this tournament specifically, I think people would kill me if I didn't put FaZe Clan on S tier right now because they won 3 tournaments in a row, and whoever doesn't put them up there, they are lying to themselves. Okay, then I'm gonna put Complexity as A because they are probably the teams out of the rest of them here that has actually proven something in a new game, so they will go on A1. Then the hard part comes because I'm gonna go Vitality B, because I have expectations for them, but at the same time I don't know how they will perform. They just made some roster changes. Then I'm gonna be putting NIP and Navi and Heroic and Cloud9 and Astralis on the C1 because I have absolutely no idea where to put them. Counter-Strike list, obviously I will put Global Offensive as S tier because that is where like I had like the best time of my career, and you know, yeah, it's just been the best game for me. I'm gonna put Counter-Strike Source and 1.6 as A. That was what brought me into Counter-Strike. First it was 1.6, playing it with my brother at home, and then of course Source was the one that I picked up with my friends and put in a lot of hours, and slowly realized that you can compete in Counter-Strike. So it's given me a lot of good friends and a lot of good opportunities, and also made me transition into the person and the career that I have today. So I guess that deserves a second place. But of course, I mean, Counter-Strike 2 is like so similar, but right now I'll put it as a B because I don't know what's going to happen with Counter-Strike 2. I think it's a really great game. I'm really enjoying it. But of course the game still has some flaws. It has to be optimized a little bit. But at the same time, I still want it to succeed. So eventually I think it'll go very high. And then, I don't know, Condition Zero goes on D because I've barely played it. I've played the single player version of Condition Zero and playing like you could play really weird offline missions in Condition Zero, which I think was fun. But it was like a game that had no soul in my opinion. So. Thank you so much for tuning in, guys. I really hope you enjoyed my tier list. I hope you will agree with some of my decisions. If not, that's too bad.
Condition Zero as D tier Anders, a game with no soul. I don't think I've heard anyone ever say that. That's broken my heart. That's where I began my Counter-Strike career.
It had riot shields, didn't it?
It did have riot shields, yeah.
I can't say it has enough soul.
Definitely had something. Welcome back, ladies and gents. Our first quarterfinal of the day. You join us for the second half of the second map, Inferno, where the hopes and dreams of Heroic are diminishing here. It looks like the clock might strike midnight. The fairy tale might be coming to a close. We might not have Cadian and the boys in the arena here in Copenhagen.
The carriage turns back into a pumpkin. And
exactly,
just,
right?
No,
yeah.
It's not great.
Okay then, so let's have a look at the buy.
But you know what? On the positive side of things, Cloud9 looks sick. They look like they're semi-final worthy. That's got to be a bit of... That's put a smile on your face, you know?
So we've got one smoke and a flash on this T side. And what has to be said, a must-win pistol ready. And look at this setup from Cloud9, Anders. They got 4 players ready and waiting in towards B.
Yeah, they're absolutely reading this so well, leaving the Electronic on the other side. They do say that 9-3 is the new 11-4, so...
They do actually say that. Well, whoever they might be could be on something. Because yeah, I think we did say that. I think we came up with that. like, to be honest, like there's been some remarkable comebacks, not only in CS2 and LAN, but it's in this tournament in general. There's been some crazy reverse sweeps.
That's true. And this is a fantastic start. Now, they obviously don't know what we do, that was the only A defender. And I got to give credit to Cloud9 as well for saying, you know what, let's just hold on. Let's just see if we get a little bit lucky. It's risky, but...
Oh, they actually going to go for the B split here?
How sick would that be? Oh, no, they're B splitting their way right out of the quarterfinals, aren't they?
Oh, they've heard
running
them.
into the stack room, which is falling it in. What a disaster. 35 seconds left. They don't realize it's a trap and it's been the whole time. Hobbit missing the shots, though. They might still win it. Perfecto gets run down. Axel in the back. 1 versus 3. Surely when there's that many people, you check. You want to make sure Shush is back here. Axel gets 1. He has 2 more headshots to fire, but he can't. They attacked the hardest part of the map and came out on top.
Oh, you can see them laughing about it as well. The nightmare call is made. They go for the creamy banana splits on the most kind of unenviable time as well. The fact they've got a 4-man stack there. You're right that they still win the round, so crisis averted. Axel, if he wins that 3 versus 1, it would have been such a gut punch. Call it GG, but it's not going to be the case. Heroic fend them off, and there'll be no force buy in the seconds. That's going to be 9-5 at least guaranteed here. Man, as soon as they smoked off Motorsport, there's a chance. They're going to go for the CT score. There's a real opportunity here for Cloud9. One they couldn't capitalize upon. But here we go. Another banana stack. They've actually got 5 players there this time, Anders.
Why not? Heroic, surely that's one of those wake-up calls. Also, you got the Mac 10s in place. You don't have to make any real guesses. They are going to the classic setup right here. Just could probably fit a 5th person in there. Boomich, what are you doing? Yeah, there we go. Get them all lined up. All right, he's out walking. But yeah, this is always fun. Probably not going to win the round doing it, but...
Probably not at this point. No, I think that's fair. But there it is. They know what's up. And they can send the SMGs in the hunt here. You might as well try and farm some money. And it'll be a bit of a bonus situation going forward. So they might prefer an AK-47 instead of one of these Mac 10s at the very least. So they'll see if they can take down some remaining CTs here. Someone with the bomb... Well, it's quite brave of them. All 5 players on the hunt here, Anders.
Yeah, hanging out by that little truck. The T's are starting to show up. Mac 10's getting some good kills. It's making them money. That's what they're looking for here. Just trying to farm it up as much as you can. It's actually twistzz is getting, I think, 4 of those kills with the Mac 10.
Exactly. With the Mac 10, that's a good point. So that's actually the ideal outcome. They take everyone down, farm a load of money there as well. And they'll be happy with that. It's an extra $2,400 for twistzz. So good stuff. We'll see whether they can keep it up, though. That's the easy one dealt with. Now you've got to get past the rifles. And Boomer just got the MP9 on the CT side of Inferno, Anders. Now, where does he usually like to go with that?
I do believe he's a bit of a fan of that banana position. And he doesn't play it
the
passively
half wall, like, that's his playground.
Yeah.
Like, for better or for worse, he will be there, challenging, fighting for his life. Normally going down, but oh, this is brave from Axel as well. Good lord, he's going for the double kill, and he's absolutely smashed it. What a spray that was. That's more like it. Some vintage Axel being displayed as he pushes the apartment of confidence here. Electronic will find a 3rd. Call the round over as Shush. He drops as well. twistzz doesn't stand a chance. What a beautiful play. Completely disrupts the offense there with the push in the apartments. They had no idea what was coming.
His understanding and his recoil control, especially with that 2nd kill in Axel, is... That's why we were hyping up in the beginning. That's why we were talking, if you were listening in some of the early days, we were a little bit disappointed. You could tell it in our voices probably. We were like, where's Axel? It's because this is the sort of stuff that he is known to do. And it's really sick. I mean, blowing the round wide open before Heroic even get a chance to step into it.
So I've been showing a bit of frustration there. No one watching the apartments. Completely null and void round, really. Didn't even get to fire a shot, but Cadian opened things up. An emphatic pacing here towards the top of middle. Wins out the duel against Perfecto. A lot of damage inflicted, especially towards twistzz, but they have got Boomich. AWP in hand as well. Holds towards the top of Banana. No MP9 this time.
Oh, and look at that while we're watching this. You can actually vote for the first player on the Dream Team there, either Hetrick or Alex. So you guys get a say over on Blast.tv. Definitely want to check that out. Says Boomich. Pick up the kill on Shush. That's not... Probably Hetrick.
Yeah.
Give him a chance to do a little bit more. Axel pushes through, practically stabs Siphon with the Why not? It's Electronic and Hobbit to clean it up. And it will be Cloud9 a step closer towards the semi-final. I do think it's really worth pointing out, as much fun as it would be to have KD and Dupree on the main stage, in terms of the quality of Counter-Strike, watching this version of Cloud9 versus Vitality, that's a treat for the audience.
Yeah, that's a good point. Like, they might not have all the gains they require, but in terms of world-class Counter-Strike and 2 fledgling rosters as well, bear in mind we've got Vitality with the addition of monesy as well. Lots of interesting moving parts there. I was about to say that the money might not be great. They've got to take a full eco, Anders.
You're not wrong.
They're looking down looking at the barrel of series points. So yeah, a miracle required here. Otherwise, it's probably game, set, and match. They need to to win this round. Someone has to really pop off with the Desert Eagle. I think they only have 1 Deagle though, right? Yeah. So almost impossible to win this round. And then they've got to win 7 in a row on the T side of Inferno just to get to overtime, then win the overtime, then win a 3rd map.
You put it like
Those
that,
are all the
Henry.
variables for the Royal Arena here for Heroic.
You've charted a really uncomfortable path forward.
Yeah.
And it's not making you think, oh, yeah, I can see how that works. Yeah.
Yeah, if we had the AI predicting the outcome of this one, I think it'd be like 95 to 5.
That sounds about right.
But the AI doesn't seem to want to chip in with that sort of prediction.
No, we haven't got that level. It'll get there eventually.
No.
And eventually it'll take over
So I'm safe.
everything.
Safe for now.
Well, some damage on the shush on top of everything else. Yeah, you know, all you really can do is just maneuver around the map, look for some entries, see if you can find a headshot here or there. But it's not going to be that exciting. Just a bit of a waiting game, you could see.
Yeah.
Cadian sending in the
If they get the bomb down, that's pretty exciting, honestly, all things considered. They can remove some of these AKs. They're actually targeting them right now. So, honestly, the CTs don't want anything to do with these fights. They just want to play as defensive as possible and hold on to their rifles here. But there it is. We have got series points on the side of Cloud9 here. The absolute favorites coming into this one. But we're all hoping that romance might prevail. A chance for Heroic and this last dance of Cadian to make it into the Royal Arena. It just doesn't feel like it's possible now. Like I'm trying to think of any sort of silver linings and examples I could give you that suggests
I think
this is in the realm of possibility, but
the problem is on the first map, right? We had Syphon and Dupree really stepping up and like leading the charge. That hasn't really happened on this map. Like we haven't had anyone from Heroic who say, well, this guy can go completely nuclear and take over the game. That doesn't seem to be the case at the moment. And yeah, it's hard to blame them. Again, they are like this weird sort of last-minute mixed team thrown together, so hard to imagine that they were going to be able to do a lot here.
Making it to the quarterfinals, and it's still...
Yeah, taking down
Astralis.
Yeah.
That was probably worth it.
A little bit of a...
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Like, we saw the announcement come through today.
I know.
Astralis, like just 1 day after getting knocked out of the tournament, bringing in Down and Yabi, of course, and... Yeah, I guess at this point, like, I'm just glad it's over.
Yeah,
you know, like
bit of revenge for all that's going on.
Let's just move on now, shall we? Like, let's just let these teams form. Let's let them play some Counter-Strike. The drama's finally over. We all enjoyed it.
Yeah. Plus, we get to see Boomich on the stage, the boss himself with unfathomable risk.
Yeah,
he's there,
dude. He hasn't had to go too large and in charge today, to be honest with you. It's been a pretty pedestrian performance by him. But to be fair, Hobbit stepping up, like a quiet 20 kills here. Like, sure, they're absolutely dominating the game right now, but the fact that Hobbit's recovering his pretty woeful stats, to be honest with you, throughout this tournament, it's great to see him warming up into the tournament, turning up for the playoffs.
He's one of those players that always disappears in any discussions of, like, interesting players, but I think he's a little bit overlooked at times. Like, definitely... incredible veterancy, like, you know, he's got it all, really. Cadian with a start, taking down Boomich, who's fighting at top banana. Nobody's surprised.
That's a no one surprise. Boomich is at the top. And we might be coming to our logical conclusion here, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sorry about this. There will be no Danish representation in form of a team, at the very least, in the Royal Arena. Anders. We will have Carrigan. Captain Carrigan will have to carry the heart of a nation on his shoulders.
Sure.
Because this is not happening.
Yeah, but it might be the better Counter-Strike, like I said. Syphon and Tess is stuck out in the middle of nowhere on the arch side of things towards the A-bomb site, and Hobbit calling it out, saying, I don't think they've snuck through. They're just waiting. Cloud9. There we go. The setup. Axal gets rid of him. No problem. And Siphon his own. There's nothing he can do right here. Missing a couple of clicks. Electronic will take him down. And it's Cloud9 to make the semi-finals.
There it is, Anders. A pretty dominating performance there. Inferno was never really going to be possible, if you ask me.
Yeah.
Heroic had to convert the map of Nuke. It was a great first showing. I think that's where the series peaked. They didn't really stand a chance here, and we will not see a